Hey kids, how's everybody out there in YouTube land? Just want to get on here and do a very short little video. I went out of the harbor. Lily, get down. Kennel. I told you to stay below. Good girl. Anyhow, started up the boat and headed out this morning. Got out past the breakwater out there. Frig that shit. There's just no way. Small craft advisory in effect right now. And my little Lily too, she's a small craft, because there's no sane reason for me to be out in that stuff right now. It is rough out there. Everything when the boat was being tossed around, me and the dog are being tossed around. I said there's just no reason to get beat up. So hey Armco, hey Jared, how you guys doing? Yeah, there's just no reason to be out there and get beat up by that. But anyhow, here's Atlantic City. You can see a little bit of Atlantic City there. There's the Water Club and Harrah's over there. That's what Atlantic City looks like today, guys. I guess a lot of the casinos down here have been failing. They're not making much money, so. Oh well, such is life. I'm not a gambler, so they wouldn't see any of my money anyway. But anyhow, I'm going back to the Anchorage I was in last night. It's really a nice Anchorage, and I'm just gonna plant myself there until better weather shows up. If that's a day or a week, I don't care, but there's just no reason to be out in that stuff and get beat up like that. That's just way too rough for my little boat. Just not gonna do it. Hey Ms. Shar, looks like I'm gonna be in your neighborhood a bit longer, dear. I stuck my nose out the inlet this morning, got out there past the buoys and said, frig this stuff, I'm turning around coming back in. That's way too rough out there, and I've got about an 8-hour run. Lily, kennel. I told you to stay below. Kennel. She does not like being down below, but it was just too rough out there, and I want her to get accustomed to staying down here when I tell her to stay down there. She doesn't have her life vest on. She's not tethered, so she's got to stay down below right now. Go lay down. All right. Anyhow. So I'm heading back into the Anchorage. Guess I'm gonna relax, take it easy, maybe put the outboard motor on the dinghy and run over to the grocery stores. I was kind of looking at where these stores are over here, not too far from where I'll be anchored at Brigantine. The only problem is I don't see any place to dock a dinghy. So, hey Billy. I don't really see any place to pull up to with a dinghy. There's a marshy area there, but I don't see like a good spot to tie up. I guess I can just go up and get to see this live for once. Hey Andy, good morning, brother. Well, there's nothing to see. Nothing to see except me being a big chicken and going back to the nice, safe Anchorage I was in. I got beat up pretty bad out there. I went out, as you can see. Let me know if I can pick you up and do provisioning, but I don't have your email to connect. Miss Shar, my email is alaskacarl, ALASKACARL @gmail.com. alaskacarl@gmail.com. And I appreciate that, but I think I'm just gonna try to find you know, some way to dock over there. There's a couple of docks. Northeast winds 10 to 15 knots, gust up to 20, seas 3 to 5. 3 to 5, man, that's a whole lot more than 3 to 5 out there. I don't know what forecast you're looking at, but I can tell you that out there, that's a whole lot more than 3 to 5. There were times out there when I was in the belly, you know, the bottom of a wave and have waves on both sides of me, I couldn't see the buoys anymore. So, and I'm sitting up high in my boat. I'm sitting up real high in my boat, so. Yeah, that was a lot more than 3 to 5. That was 7 to 9s at least. Too big for me to be out. You don't go out in 7 to 9 foot, even 5 to 6s. You don't go out and out in a 29-foot boat. You know, and I can tell you this much. You see that? You can see that catamaran over there, sitting over there. I saw another one just like him. I don't know where it went, but there was another one out there just like it, just like I did. He stuck his nose out, turned around, and came back in. So I'm not the only one that's decided that patience is the better part of valor here in this case. There's just no business to be out there. None. So I'm gonna head back to the Anchorage and I'm gonna put the hook back down and make myself a decent breakfast and relax. All's good. All is good. So Miss Shar says she's looking out at the ocean. It's way too rough. Yes, it's way, way, way too rough. There's huge breakers out there. And you know, okay, so usually as I'm going out the channel, I expect the channel to be rough. We have an outgoing tide and we have incoming wind, so you expect that to be pretty tough. But usually when you get out past that, things settle down. Well, I got out past that and things didn't settle down. It was just as bad further out as where it was coming out the channel. So I was completely outside the channel and turned around and came back in. So I'm not gonna do that. You wanna call me a big chicken, that's fine. I'll be a big chicken and live to sail another day and not tear up my boat and break stuff. So I'm a big advocate, in case you couldn't tell, of not breaking stuff. Oh man. Scary out there. Anyhow, this is what Atlantic City looks like. I'll show you a little more here. That's the boardwalk, I guess, over there. And these are some of the new clubs that are being built. There's Harris over there, and there's the Water Club, and Golden Nugget, I think, and I don't know, something else. I can't read all of them. I am glad to see they have a little bit of a wind farm set up, so. Yeah, I think I made the right decision too, Ms. Shar. Today's not the day to be out there getting beat up. Today's the day to recreate here in a nice little safe harbor. Even though this harbor has got a really narrow little spot. Oh, I'm not trying to defend my position at all, 12 degrees. I'm just telling you that it was just too rough out there for me. I'm heading back in. I'm not worrying about defending it, but okay, I can see that. But yeah, well, you know, as a matter of, there's a lot of folks that watch my channel that are new to sailing or don't know sailing and cruising, which is what I'm into, more cruising than sailing. And when you're cruising and not sailing, your attitude and your attention is much more directed by, you know, safety and time, effort, and comfort. You know, there's no reason for me to be out there beating myself up. I just don't need to do it. I don't have a schedule. I don't have to be any place at any particular time. So I can really just take my time and pick the best possible days to go and just not get beat up. So I've been making pretty good progress heading down the coast. I was kind of antsy. The real reason why I wanted to get out today, the real reason why I wanted to get around the coast is the wind is supposed to switch around, and I would have had very good wind tomorrow for going up into the Delaware. Okay, so that would have been a good thing to have, but at what price? I'm not gonna tear my boat up trying to get there just so I can have better wind angle going up the Delaware. I'm sure I'll have a good enough wind angle the next time going up the Delaware. So I'm getting down here where, as you can see, now I'm really protected. I'm inside here. It's really slowed down, and I'm going into that little channel over there, guys. Lily, no. Channel. Lily. Channel. Channel. Good girl. Please swayed by others. Expectation stay. What'd I say? Stay safe, brother. Oh, thanks, Sailing Sea Biscuit. Yeah. Lots of sailboats turned back. Yeah. Well, you know, I went out and looked and just decided it was too ugly in there. So, and yeah, Ray Heine, you're right. Today might be a good day to work on the dinghy some. Actually, today would be a very good day to work on the dinghy some. So, is that Little Panama? Well, it's Atlantic City. I don't know if it's Little Panama. It's Atlantic City. So, I'm gonna try to live stream as I'm going into this channel so you guys can see this channel and see just how narrow it is. It's rather intimidating. So, yeah, that's the inlet there, Billy. And you know, from here it doesn't look too bad, but if you could zoom in way out there and look at the waves out in the ocean, it's pretty nasty. And yeah, it does look like it's going to rain, but there's nothing in the forecast for rain. In fact, the air feels pretty dry. So I don't know. I don't know. But you know, I wouldn't mind a little rain. I really wouldn't. I wouldn't mind a little rain. My boat's side sliding right now. I got the wind blowing me this way, the current's taking me that way, or that way actually, and it's causing me to slip sideways here a little bit. I am really slowed down, doing 1.8 knot right now against the current. Trying to get my way over here to this little channel so I can get into that, but this gives you an idea how slow I'm going. Gives you an idea just how slow I'm going up against this current. I'm gonna put the coal to it. Give a little extra kick in the butt. Kennel. I said kennel. Now you get down there and stay there. You're being a bad dog. All right, now we're going. 3.4. It's going to be fun and interesting trying to go back in that channel against the current, but we'll see. These are my navigational markers. Can you see the sticks sticking up? Those sticks that are sticking up, that's my navigational beacon. That's what I have to go by. No buoys, just Lily Kennel. Now that's enough. You stay down there. Sit. You are misbehaving, dog. Anyhow, that's what I have to navigate against, is those little sticks. So, and the current's coming out of there, so I'm going to be trying to motor up against the current, which is going to make it even that much more difficult. And I'm going to try to live stream while I'm doing the whole thing. So, this will be fun. I may have to clip you to my shirt, so you may not have great camera angles here for a little bit while I'm doing this, but. Just see how it goes. There's the red buoy. You can see the stick with the two red triangles on it. That's the red buoy. And then it's nothing more than just tree branches stuck in here. That's all it is just tree branches. Current's trying to take me in sideways. See, I'm getting right up against the grass. I have to treat these sticks as the red markers. All of the wood sticks in here are red markers except for that green one over there. Right by my gas cans there. So here we go. There's a guy fishing over on the shore. You can see how close the sand comes out. There's the green marker. Look how skinny this little channel is. But it is what makes it a good little hole to hide into in this storm-like weather. There's no waves in here at all. Wind blowing, but anyhow, I'm gonna let you guys just follow along with me as I'm motoring in here. You can see how narrow that's getting. See how close I am to the grass here. Isn't that wild? There's this guy out here fishing. He was fishing when I headed out. He'll probably laugh and see me come back in. Catch anything? Too rough out there, I'm going back. Lily Kennel. Too rough out there, I'm going back to the anchor. It's blowing a holy out there. Lily Kennel. Kennel. On it, dog. Anyhow, you can see how narrow it is. There's a stick over there. Now there seems like a really narrow channel to get in here. But hey, don't say sorry, Miss Lily. Miss Lily has got to stay down below. She didn't want her harness on this morning, and she's not tethered. She's got to stay down below because right now where I'm at, there's a big current in here, and it's very narrow, and I don't want her falling in. It would get to be a fiasco. So she has to learn to live down below when I tell her to. Dogs have to learn to behave for her own safety, not for mine. So don't say poor Miss Lily. Miss Lily has to learn to behave for her safety. I'm not trying to tell her to get down below to be mean to her. I'm trying to tell her to get down below because she gets excited seeing fishermen on the shore, and I don't want her falling off the damn boat and getting swept out to sea, which is what would happen right here. Because she would get swept out the current that way and then out the channel. So sometimes you got to tell your dog to stay down below for her own safety, and that's exactly what we're doing today. So Lily is not the boss and the captain of this boat. She's the dog. Anyhow, look how narrow this is. Here I am right up against the grass. There's the stick. See, this one has a triangle. Most of them don't have triangles. There's another stick up there. There's another stick in there, but I'm not gonna worry about that stick. You gotta stay off this island here. See this little grassy island? You gotta stay off of that. So that bird's got something. Like an eel or something. Ah. Looks like he had some sort of a worm or eel or something like that, so. Anyhow, I'm following this right along. Well, I might as well. I don't think that stick has anything on it, but I'm keeping all the sticks to right. I'm going to keep that one on my right side as well. There's a power boat coming in. Come on, dude. There you go. Go on the other side of me. Very good. Here's the Anchorage. You can see there's some other boats in there. I was anchored right over there last night. And that's where I'm going to go back to now, but I'm not going to anchor quite so close to shore this time. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and end this here because I got to get to get things organized, get the anchor set, so we'll have more for you later. Bye kids.